stop. A family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
You guys, I just want to talk about the report last night. I think it was 24/7. I'm not even sure where it comes from. It was completely false. There's no legs to it at all. I've got this really cool new lawyer that I just hired. I really wish somebody would have put their name on it, because then I could see how good he is. But no one's stepped up yet, and they want to put their name to it. So I haven't signed anything. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. I have no secret deals, no above deals, no verbal deals. I have no deals, okay? My deal is getting back Friday, playing Northern Illinois, and trying to win a championship. So I'll open it up with that. John?
Okay. You say there are no deals in place. Have you spoken to other schools at this point?
I speak to schools all the time. You know, I speak to schools, but that has nothing to do with. I've spoke to the University of Hawaii about who they should hire. You know, the athletic director has asked me because I'm an alumnus of that school. So I speak to schools all the time. But no, there's nothing going on.
How do you keep the kids focused, because those rumors are out there, because you're just days away from, trying to achieve your goals?
The way I keep them focused is I said, who would put a rumor out like that? Who would want to say something like that when it's not true? To maybe divert our attention. Who would do that, and where would it come from? We're locked in on a MAC championship game. That's what we want to do. We want to play the representative from the West. We're playing a team that's been there 6 times in a row, which means, you know what? They're consistently good. They're not occasionally great. And guess what? We're going back for our 3rd time, which means we're okay too. And we're going to get together and we're going to find out what in the heck's going on Friday night. What time's the game, John? 8 o'clock is what time we're going to find out.
I just wanted to show I was locked in, Coach.
You're locked in. I know you're loaded, brother.
Do you relish the opportunity to face these guys for you a second straight year for the team, a 3rd straight year?
You know, I really do. I think the world of Coach Carey. I think he is my second favorite coach. First of all, let me start and say kudos to Coach Campbell for having an opportunity to, take care of his family, move on to Iowa State. I think that's a heck of a deal for him, and I wish him the best. But Coach Carey and their crew at Northern Illinois are really good. The second time we get an opportunity to play them. Obviously, we weren't happy with the results last year in the championship game, but we were very thankful and very rewarding in getting there. I did have an opportunity to play him also when I was at my other institution, and played in a very close game, and it was a close loss at Northern Illinois. So this is the second time that I've played him. I haven't had an opportunity to find a way to beat him yet, although my football team is 1-1 against him. So I'm going to let them lead, and I'll follow them this week, and hopefully I'll be happy when it's all said and done.
What's it like playing at Ford Field? Because last year when I was there and I talked to you, and said, there's my guy Barry Sanders. I mean, all the tradition that's there, just for your guys playing in an NFL scene. I mean, what's it like? Obviously, the MAC title's there.
You know, how ironic. You probably hit one of my favorite superstars, Barry Sanders. Humble and meek are the 2 words that come to me when you talk about that young man. Even his father is wired that way. And to be able to play a game in the Detroit Lions Stadium and to represent the Eastern Conference, I think it's going to be a fantastic contest. I think it's between 2 really, really good football teams with great senior leadership and coaches that do what they do. You know, we know what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do. We might put a little icing, but the cake is the cake. It's not going to change much.
They're down like their 4th string quarterback now. Does that change anything for you all preparation-wise? There's not much film on that guy.
It's their 3rd string quarterback, and we heard that the 2nd string quarterback might play, if I'm not mistaken. And you know what? It's the cool thing about football is there's 22 guys out there. And just like the game that we played out here last, if you turn the ball over and you don't take care of the football, anybody can win a football game. So the key is still to stop the run, make sure you find a way to run the football, lead in the turnover battle, and break even or win the kicking game. It all starts right there.
Obviously, playing indoors now, is that very smile to your face, the offense, and don't worry about the elements of cold or anything?
I am not going to talk about elements. I'm not going to talk about cold with the weather that we've had this year in Ohio. I have no complaints. I'm good with the man upstairs. This game could be played outside, and I don't think it would bother us a bit. It being inside, fantastic, but I'm not going to complain about the weather this year. You're going to have to handle that one. I think we've been blessed. Farmers might not be happy. It might not have been enough rain and snow for the farmers, but outside of that, I think everybody else is good.
Actually, I'm good with it.
Last year, Matt Johnson had to sit there and watch, and you never know, hey, will my team get back to this championship game? He's got that opportunity. How special is it for him to get back, not only your team, but obviously for him, everything he's been through?
Well, I think it's really special, and I think him watching that game was some of the thing that helped us get back. And I think it all started in the spring, and then it started with the senior leadership and the way he took this football team in the summertime. You know, the NC2A gives us advantages that the coaches can spend time and work with the players in the summertime. The 2 years that we've been here, the coaching staff at BGSU, we've never exercised that because our senior leadership is so fantastic, so outstanding, that our seniors take care of that. And they did an unbelievable job this year, obviously based off of how well we started with the toughest non-conference in college football, to be able to come out of that 2-2 and have an opportunity to be 3-1 with the last drive and then go almost 2 months in the middle of the season without a loss, you know, OMG that. And then unfortunately we had to stumble against our rivals once again, but to be able to come back and beat Ball State and get fine-tuned and ready to go in this game and have an opportunity to win double digits, 10 football games in this season. In 2014, there was only 16 teams in college football that won 10 games or more. 16. I could rattle them off. It's an impressive list. There's 127 teams in Division I football. 16 did it last year. 16 football teams. And we have 2 opportunities to do it this year. But we'll see if we can get it done in one.
Is there more of a confidence going into this week as compared to last year going into this week?
No, I don't think we're confident. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I don't think it's like that. Football is different. You know, if we're playing against Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan should be confident. But football, there's so many things that could happen. We can go out the first or second play, a key player goes down, and all of a sudden everything's balanced up. And it happened in Northern Illinois by them losing their quarterbacks in a critical game. I just think you have to go out and play the game. You never know what's going to happen. It's not a round ball, so you don't know how it's going to bounce. And I think that's what makes it the most exciting game in the United States.
Coach, you've always been forward with us, but also having fun. You seem more loose today. Am I off on that? I mean, it just seems like a lot more jokes, one-liners today. It seems up for this championship game, you seem a lot more loose today.
No, I think you're kind of off. No, here's the deal. I was up last night handling my football team because some guy I don't know said something somewhere in some faraway land, probably Netherland, okay? And he didn't even put his name on it. And he's tied to media. Now, I love you guys, but I didn't get any sleep. That's not cool. Remember cool in the old days, what cool used to mean? That's not cool. Okay, so I'm here. I'm happy to see you guys, and I know you guys represent the upside of media, not the downside. So if you guys figure out who 24/7 is and you can get a name for me, I'd love to see him in a court of law. Go ahead. Got me going. God dang it. This is not going to stay up.
I didn't mean to upset you on my question. You're throwing my mic around. Thanks, Coach.
There you go. Yep.
I'm not saying vein. You say there's no offer, nothing going on, no agreements, no nothing. But you got 85, 90, 100 guys down there, and you know how kids are wired, you know how they hear something. If you go on the message boards and read all the Toledo stuff in the last 24 hours, people saying, well, no wonder they lost to Western Michigan. Their coach was more concerned about where he was going the next day, you know, that kind of stuff.
which is not fair and not true. But go ahead. I'm speaking for Campbell here. It's not fair and it's not true, but go ahead. That's not fair.
You worry about it. I mean, you worry about what your kids hear, what they believe, regardless, knowing that on Friday night they have to go out and might have their attention diverted.
Worry? Sure, I'm worried about what's written in the press. I'm worried because I want to make sure it's all accurate and not inaccurate. But when it comes to our football family, our Ohana, our La Familia, all I have to do is call. I will not lie to those people. I will not lie to my guys. And they know that when I tell them something, it's gospel. So everybody else can speculate, and they can write and say the things that they want to do. But when I talked to the senior leadership and I talked to those young men last night, and I told them what I told them, the story was done.
How many guys did you talk to last night?
The entire senior leadership council,
Roughly
12, 15 guys.
by phone or person?
All you do is call one, and it triggers all the way through by phone.
I just want to clarify. So I know that you said that you haven't accepted anything, nothing signed, but if I remember correctly, the report said that expected to be UC. You're saying that there's no.
No. What does expected mean to you? I expect to date her. I expect to win the game. I don't know what that means. There's people, I've turned down jobs, okay, because I want to play in the MAC championship game. I've lost jobs because I told them that I will play in the MAC championship game. I'm not going to trade what I want most for something at the moment. You know what I want most? Have you figured it out yet? I want to play in the MAC championship game. That's what I want most, more importantly than anything else.
So if the calls come after the MAC championship and you win the MAC championship, does the mindset change?
Sure it does. How did you like honesty? There you go.
Coach, you've been open with us all year, and this week you've closed practices.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk a little bit about what led to that decision?
Last year we played Northern Illinois, we lost 52-17. If I'm not mistaken, most of all of Toledo's practices, I said Toledo, are closed the entire year. All of our practices have been absolutely open for the 2 years that I've been here. And I decided to close it this week just in case it might make a difference in the game. Because what I want most, there you go, is to win the MAC championship. There you go.